That's God willing. I'm trying to change the world. Gotta teach the children. I ain't never letting up. I gotta stack a billion. Stay away from the fake like they reptilian. Hill game on the rise. Know we all killing. I got blood in my eyes and I can't see.
It is after the Nine-Tails attack, and Kaharu and Hamura do a council meeting to appoint the new Hokage, and so they go in, and so the Demeo, since he's in the village, goes too, because the Demeo at the end says who he picks, and so then it goes into the Jonin voting, and so then if they pass the Jonin voting, they become Hokage, and so yeah, and so now Jiraiya is there too, because since Jiraiya is a Sanin, he has a position because people who have high positions are on the council, like Danzo. Yeah, Danzo. Yeah, believe it or not, Danzo is on the council, and so yeah. Yeah, and so Jiraiya has a high position, so he gets the vote too. And so, basically, the Demeo says, Jiraiya, do you want to become Hokage? I don't think you do, because the Demeo always liked Jiraiya, but he knows that Jiraiya is too laid back for the job. And Jiraiya says, nah, I wouldn't like the job. And so, the Demeo nods at Jiraiya at that. And so he goes to think. And so then Naruto says, I want Kakashi Hatake to become the Hokage. And so basically people Don's just like, no. He still has the third ideals and is stuck in self-sorrow. Appoint me as Hokage. I can bring this village to greater peace, and I know how to do the duty of the village. And so then everybody's like, no. Like, nobody likes Danzo. And so everybody's like, no. And so then the Demeo says, how about Naruto Uzumaki? And so then Danzo, and so then the Demeo says, I mean, think of it. Hokage is in his blood, and then the literally village elders look at him in shock, saying, "How do you know that?" And the Demeo says, "Come on, you think I'm stupid? I know a legacy when I see it." Winking at Jiraiya, and so then Jiraiya took this as to say who Naruto's parents is, and he says, since we're on the topic, Naruto's parents, it's Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, and Kushina Uzumaki, the Red Death of Konoha. Then everybody widens their eyes, and so then Naruto says, that sounds plausible. I knew Naruto was like Kushina. And so everybody nods at that. And so basically Danzo sees at the thinking that he basically Naruto screwed it up for him, having great heritage. And so people are more on Naruto's side. But Hiyashi Hayuga is not fond of Naruto for some reason. I don't think Hiyashi liked Naruto, but he liked Naruto after the pain fight and that stuff. But he didn't like Naruto that much, because Naruto was his goofy self, and Hiyashi's strict and all that stuff. And so Hiyashi says, I want to become Hokage. He does this to try to get the Hyuga on the side. And so Jiraiya says, Naruto would be a better choice. You have a branch, basically, you control the branch family from a seal, when the third Hokage and me both said that we can have a seal that makes the Byakugan, sealed off when they die, and it doesn't hurt them, but you guys still want to keep that old-fashioned seal for some reason. and Hiyashi thinks, curse you, Jiraiya. Always have to bring up that. And basically, the Hyuga clan wants to keep the branch under a leash because they think they'll revolt because they had the branch over like a leash, but now if they can't control the branch, they lose ton. Like if the branch just wants to go up and leave, they actually could because they can't stop them. They can't stop them because they don't have a seal on him, and so yeah, and so the DeMayo says yes, until you guys get that seal, new seal that Jiraiya is talking about, I would not consider the Hyuga clan. And so Hayashi says, Daimeo-sama, we can have a vote here to see who you appoint in the matters of conflict. And so Hayashi smirks at the rules, and so the Daimeo looks at Hayashi says, "Are you kidding me right now?" And so um and so people think, and so Jiraiya says, also, I have trained Naruto in more things you can do, and I told Naruto to hold back at least 50% during the Chunin exams. And so Naruto is about low Jonin level. He is as good as a new Jonin. I taught him his father's and mother's style combined, and everybody widens their eyes at that. And he said, I also taught him the Rasengan and, of course, the Toad Summoning contract. And so they all nod. And so they're all like nod their eyes, nodding, yes, yes. And so then Jiraiya says, wait, but what about Tsunade? And the male says, actually, Jiraiya, no, I do not want Tsunade. She first needs to get her depths out the way and other stuff. And so Jiraiya says, wait, what do you mean debts? She doesn't have that much, does she? And the male says, Tsunade owes over 10 million Rio for just one debt. And so we can't have her Hokage. She could come back and get her Senju money to like pay it off. But until she comes back to the village, that's not going to happen. And so Jiraiya nods, knowing that he can't do anything about Tsunade. And so the Daimyo says, call in Naruto Uzumaki, or should I call him Naruto Uzumaki Senju Namikaze. It's marking at people, and then everybody says, wait, what do you mean Senju? Naruto isn't a Senju. And so the Daimyo smiles, saying, you guys didn't know? Kushina is related to Tsunade. Kushina is the daughter of Tsunade Senju. Because in this one, Tsunade married Tsunade got with this Uzumaki guy after Dawn and stuff, but then the Uzumaki guy died basically like Dawn, and so Tsunade is more in her sorrows, but she was in the village for Kushina and that stuff because they don't give up on family, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, Naruto is related to Tsunade and in this one Naruto will have Mokuton, like a Keke Genkai, and so Naruto just has to basically awaken it. Like, you know how Haku has this ice release. At first, of course, Haku, Naruto hasn't really had anybody to view over him, and Naruto always was a bright, happy kid, and so it wouldn't affect the nature because Hashirama made the leaf, and so Naruto chakra is in line with Hashirama's, but Naruto has never really awakened Mokuton, so he doesn't really affect wood release, if you know what I mean. Like Hashirama's, his mood change can literally do that. and it states in the manga. But anyways, um, literally, they call in Naruto, and so Jiraiya, but like Jiraiya gets Naruto, and he says, "I'll be back in 30 minutes to tell Naruto the news about everything and get him ready." And they all nod, and so they talk about depths and stuff. Then get to the Hokage thing, and so Jiraiya tells Naruto everything, and Naruto is angry at his father, like original. But then Jiraiya says, "Naruto, listen, you were literally the only one that can hold the nine tails. Literally, nobody else can, Naruto." And the Hokage was always Minato was always like, if he can't do it himself, why would he do it for somebody else? And he believed in you, Naruto. And Naruto smiled at Jiraiya, saying, "Okay, Jiraiya Sensei, I accept being Hokage." And Jiraiya says, "Wait, don't get ahead of yourself, kid. You still gotta make a case to be. You're against the Hyuga. That doesn't like you." And Naruto says, "Oh, you mean Hinata's father?" And he nodded. And Naruto says, "Well, I never liked the Hyuga clan anyways. Hinata is always weird to me." And so, in this one, to make it, I'm not having Naruto with Hinata in this one. And there's multiple reasons why, but mostly it would be out of, because for the like way I'm going to go with the story, the power of the Hyuga clan would just be too much, because because Hinata would have a favor over all the other clans, and so Naruto will also be the heads of two clans while being Hokage, because the Hokage gets one vote, but Sarutobi got two, Minato had two, Hashirama had two, the Nidaime had two. It's basically part of clans you are in. You get the votes. And so this is to make sure that it's not unfunctional, because the civilian and the ninja council both have to vote. And so yeah. And so like the civilian council, like they will know when they after the Jonin elect and stuff, and then they'll do another vote to make Naruto Hokage. Yeah, it's a messed up system. Yeah. And so unless the Hawkins before them appoints the next person as Hawkins, then the civilian council doesn't matter. But Sarutobi sadly didn't do that. So yeah, not just to go through all that. And so Naruto arrives, and Naruto actually doesn't wear his orange jumpsuit because Jiraiya says it's not a good idea, kid. And so Jiraiya gives Naruto what Minato used to wear, as in like a scroll, and Naruto goes in, and he just sits in the Uzumaki Namikaze seat, because Minato Kushin, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so basically Naruto sits, and so the Daimyo smiles at Naruto, thinking he looks exactly like Kushina and Minato. "I hope I did enough, Minato and Kushina. I wish I could have been there for your son when he was a child, but Hiruzen has kept this from me. I can't believe you did that, old friend." And remembering Hiruzen, Sarutobi. And so basically, he says, "Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju, what do you have to say to make your case of being Hokage?" And Danzo actually looked in interest at the boy, thinking he has a good lineage. He's related to the Nidaime. And so I wonder if he has Sarutobi ideals or the Nidaime ideals. And Naruto says, "First, I want to attack Odo Gakure and for many reasons. And Danzo already likes what the boy's thinking because he already, um, Orochimaru has crossed him because Danzo told him to stay away from like Sasuke, but Orochimaru of course didn't, and so Naruto says they are the reason why we've got attacked, and the Sound Village has did a all-out attack on us, and so I don't, and so the Sand Orochimaru killed their Kazekage, and so the Sand can repay what they did, but Orochimaru owns the Sound Village, so if we take them down in a quick strike, we could get them. And so people look at interest, but Naruto says, but if I were to be Hokage, I would give us a year at most and to train our shinobi for the battle of the Sound. And this will be a quick strike to take them down. And everybody nods at that, thinking it's a good idea. And he said, I also want to be Hokage to make sure that we have low shinobi deaths because we need to have the best ninja possibly. And I have affiliations with tons of different places. And so for like plot of the story, I'ma say that that like them talking about the the Hokage election is 1 month after the attack, and so that will give Naruto time to meet Koyoki, and so Naruto will be affiliated with the Spring Country and Tazuna. And so this is to basically help out. And so Naruto in this one will marry Koyoki. I think this is a good idea as like a partnership, but that will be later in like Shippuden like stuff. And so yeah. I'm looking up Koyoki right now. Kazahana. Yeah. Yeah, Koyoki. Okay. And so Naruto has Naruto what's Naruto. Oh yeah. Naruto says I also want to bring the Leaf Village into a new era. And I want the world to be peaceful and I want to get stronger to protect this village with my life. And I don't want to wage wars, but I want to make people know not to mess with the leaf. And everybody cheers at that, saying, "Yeah." And so, well, now Naruto has now basically got most of the people voting for him. And then Hiyashi says, I want to be Hokage. I don't know what Hiyashi would do as Hokage. I think, comment in the comment sections, what would Hiyashi Hyuga do as? He would probably help out the Hyuga clan. Most likely. Yeah, he would probably help out the Hyuga. And so he says, I want to make the Hyuga clan stronger for the Leaf and other clans too. Like Hiyashi didn't think in death as Naruto. He just wants power because the Hokage is power, you know what I'm saying? Power. And so yeah. And so well now they basically vote Naruto, but it is a close one. It's very close because people still want Hiyashi. Hiyashi did more than say I want the Hyuga to get stronger, of course, but you know what I mean. And so I'm gonna say Dryas first. I vote Naruto Uzumaki, and then he turned to Naruto and gave a smile to Naruto because he thinks this is Naruto's only chance. Because once Hiyashi takes it, it's basically over for him. He might never become Hokage again. Might. He could, but it's less likely. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. And so, well, now, Naruto. And so then Hamaru. No, not no. I'm gonna leave the elders for last. Who's gonna go first? I'm gonna make yeah, the Aburame clan, and the Aburame says, I vote towards Naruto because he has good plans, and Hiyashi seems like he's gonna go for it. Make his clan stronger with him being Hokage. And Hiyashi kept his calm appearance, but knew that like he was telling the truth. Like he was gonna try to make the Hyuga clan stronger, and it would make his clan stronger. His clan is already the strongest, but he wants it to become stronger, power hungry, like the Uchiha clan basically. And so basically now it's the Shikacho, like you know the like yeah the Shikacho. And so Shikaku says, nods at them and says that, Shikacho, vote for Naruto Uzumaki. And so, like, Naruto has, 4 votes now. Yeah, 4 votes. No, 5. Yeah, 5 votes, which is already in his favor. And so, then and Izuka, who was surprisingly quiet for this thing, says, I vote for Hiyashi Hyuga. Kid, you're just too young. And Sum and Izuka kinda didn't like Kushina, which was part of that too, because she was jealous that basically Kushina got Minato, and so yeah. And so well, now it's the civilians' time for a vote. The civilians just walked in because it was their turn, and so they caught them up on everything, and the civilians looked at Naruto in a new light. And so the rest of the votes are, very close. And Danzo had looked, and then he saw Naruto in a new light, saying, Naruto looks like the Hokage that would sacrifice for the greater good, and he has a plan to take down Orochimaru's hidden village. And so he says, I vote for Naruto Uzumaki, or Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju. And he smiled at him, and Jiraiya looked at Danzo like, is he crazy? And so people were actually surprised at this, and Hiyashi was like, dang it, I was counting for Danzo and the elders. I think Hamura and Karu will vote for me, because now it's literally 11-10. Some of the civilians voted for Naruto, but some of them didn't, still have a hate for him. But it's 11-10, my guy. It's 11-10. And so Kaharu goes first. I trust in Naruto Uzumaki to go in a new light for the village. And so they all nod, and so she votes for Naruto Uzumaki, and Hamura says the kid is too young. If he can get a few more years, I would go with him, but I go for what's his name, Hiyashi. And so the vote is, wait, hold up, okay, it was 11-10, and so Naruto, wait, it was 10-10, yeah, it was 10-10, and so Naruto got a vote, and Hiyashi got a vote, and so they need a tiebreaker, And so, they bring in, drum roll please, Hiyashi and Civilian said, bring in Sasuke Uchiha. And then Naruto widens his eyes saying, they're gonna have Sasuke vote? And so Jiraiya just shakes his head, saying, they fooled Naruto into this one. Hopefully Sasuke will pick Naruto. And so they fill Sasuke in everything. And Sasuke says he's still a dope. And so and so everybody just laughed at that. The irony of like the whole situation. And then Sasuke saying he's still a dope. And so Sasuke thinks, a leader, a clan leader that can't even keep his own clan in check. And Naruto, my best friend, my friend that left me to the light side. And then Sasuke thinks, the person who's like me the most and that wants to kill Orochimaru for giving me this hickey on the neck. And so Sasuke says, yes, I choose Naruto Uzumaki. Dun, dun, dun. And so Naruto becomes the 5th Hokage. And so basically Jiraiya says, And so Jiraiya says, Naruto, you're gonna need to train to get to high Jonin level, at least Kakashi's level. And so he says, we're going to train for 2 months and I will make a blood clone for you. And so there'll be 2 months of Naruto being secretly Hokage. Then after that 2 months, Naruto will become Hokage. And Anbu will of course watch over Naruto, like usually. And so they call in, and so Danzo says, there's this guy named Yamato, and so Jiraiya was like, how did you know Naruto would release? And he says, I know Naruto has it is because first of all, I know that the 3rd Hokage put Naruto under a hinge. And so they all widened their eyes saying, Jiraiya dropped a special hinge. And so they dropped it, and then they see a Naruto with like, Naruto's looking more like a Senju and stuff. And now, since he has that Senju like healing and stuff, Naruto's birthmarks are not there, and he has them Senju marks. And so they look at Naruto in awe, thinking he looks cool, like a cool cat. And all the women look at him dreamily, and they blush. And so then Yamato will help Naruto in his Kekkei Genkai and his affinities for, and Jiraiya will help him in his affinities for wind. And so it's about to be the 2 months of training for Naruto's road to become a strong Hokage. The next day, the training begins. And so Jiraiya met Naruto at his home. And he says, Naruto, let's get to training. And so Jiraiya says, Naruto, make 100 clones and have like 25 of them go to the library and all that stuff. And Jiraiya will play Shoji with the original Naruto and do Might Guy kind of physical training. And Might Guy will help out Naruto with training. Like, they'll just tell Might Guy, like, he just wants to train for 2 months to get stronger before he has to do something. And so Might Guy says, yes, let's show the power of youth, Naruto. And so they do that. And so when they head off, Naruto. So Might Guy's having Naruto wake up like at 6 a.m. and do strenuous training, just training. And so, after Naruto's doing that for a whole week, Naruto has now, Naruto has been having, like, Lee kind of weights on. And so, after a week, including the Nine Tails, the Nine Tails chakra slips into Naruto as he progresses. And so the Nine Tails healing powers would make his muscles stronger after the weights. And so I would give him low to mid cage level of speed, and his strength low cage, not Tsunade level, but strong. And so Naruto with his taijutsu is mid cage level. And so Jiraiya called on Tenzo to start his ninjutsu training and his Kekkei Jinkai from the first Hokage. And so after that, they get ready. And so for the few weeks, Naruto's using most of his shadow clones to help with his Kekkei Genkai and earth and water release. And so Naruto's learning how to, turning the paper to dirt and making it wet. And he finishes that, in 3 days with 100 clones. And so then next is making a cliff into mud and making a waterfall have a huge burst of water. And so he does that in more than 3 days, so I'm say 6 days. And so now they start teaching Naruto tons of jutsu. And so throughout for the third week, it's half of the third week, they teach Naruto earth and water ninjutsu to get used to the chakra natures and get used to using them, and so that he could combine them for his Kekkei Genkai. And so after he does that, it is the 4th week, and so Naruto is starting to use his wood release, and he's starting on Fuinjutsu that the Uzumaki clan were famous for. And so Naruto is getting to that now. And so I'm gonna say after this final week of clones on clones doing wood release jutsu, Naruto is not Hashirama level after a week of 100 clones doing that, but he is pretty good with it. He's almost Tenzo's level, so that's pretty good. And so it's now the end of the month mark, and Jiraiya asks Tenzo, what level do you think Naruto is? And Tenzo says once he gets his Kekkei Genkai better than me, and he becomes a Fuinjutsu master, Naruto would be mid cage level. And Jiraiya nods, saying that's great for fighting like the Akatsuki. And so after that, they do that for the next month, and now it's the end of the training arc. And so Naruto is mid cage level, yes, mid cage, and he can literally stop a Biju from rampaging, like the Hachibi and stuff. And he learned most of Hashirama's techniques, besides the big ones with the big stuff. And Naruto is doing this without the Nine Tails chakra. So that's pretty good, because if Naruto goes 1 tail, 2 tails again, that's gonna be a beat. That's gonna make him high cage level. And so now they And so now he goes to the council meeting, and like they vote for Naruto, and like the Jonin exams, like the Jonin do that because Jiraiya says that Naruto is literally stronger than him now, because he is literally above Sannin level now by just a little margin, if that. But he is strong. He's very strong. And so now they found an Hokage. And so they first tell the populace that that Naruto Uzumaki is actually Naruto Uzumaki Namike Senju, and everybody is shocked, even his friends. And then Sakura is astonished. So Sakura was always mean to Naruto, and she hit him on purpose because her mother told her to always hit Naruto to make Naruto less smart or something, some stupid civilian thing, and make the demon dumb or something like that. And then Naruto looked at her, the look, knowing that he knows what she did, and she looks down in shame, and Naruto does not care. He doesn't even give pity. No pity, man. And so Naruto, then they says, and we elect Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju as the new Hokage. And then Naruto takes the hat and then throws it and sing, I shall be your Hokage. We've been coming from down times from Orochimaru and the Sound Village and our betrayal from the sand. But we shall show them the will of fire. And so then after his big talk no jutsu, everybody's cheering, clapping, and it's just happy for Naruto. And so after that, my guy, Naruto has and so Naruto walks off into his office, and so people are like, Naruto's true friends are happy for him, and Naruto now knows who are his real friends and fake friends. And so Naruto looks at Sasuke and says, what's up, dope? How's the seat? And then Naruto chuckles at Sasuke, saying, it's great, Sasuke. It's nice to see you. And Sasuke nods and says, well, I just wanted to congratulate you, dope. It looks like you're the first to reach your dream, and now she'll reach mine. And Naruto got serious at that, having now a serious personality, and saying, Sasuke, we're going to attack the sound in 1 year. This is a S-class secret, and you can't tell anybody till we do. It will be a full-out attack, and we will kill everybody we see, and it will be a big explosion. And Sasuke nodded at that and says, who will be leading? And Naruto says, the person you're looking at, of course, silly. And Sasuke says, wait, but aren't you Hokage? Naruto says, there's this thing called blood clone that takes 20% of my chakra, which is nothing, but it would drain all your chakra. And Sasuke nodded, says, okay, Naruto. And so he says, well, bye, Sasuke. And Sasuke says, bye, Naruto. And so, well, after that, it's basically like the whole Rookie 9 or the Rookie 10, just saying congratulations to Naruto. And so then Naruto makes like 20 shadow clones to get his work done. And so then he goes to a council meeting, and the civilian council is there. And so basically Naruto's sitting in the Hokage spot that also has the Namikaze and Uzumaki, and everybody knows in there that the Hokage has the most power. like they can't outvote him anymore because he has three votes, and they would all have to team up, but most of them likes Naruto, and so they can't really do anything. And so Naruto says the first state of business is um, Danzo, Shamira, I want your root. And Danzo says, I disbanded that group long ago, Naruto Uzumaki, or Haketsama. And, and then Naruto says, Danzo, I had 100 shadow clones. Look into your base underground of the Leaf Village. Pretty smart. And so, for that, Naruto says, I have documents of you and AIM with Root and other accounts, and um there's like 1,000 um more shinobi than I have in my ranks, and 1,000 more people. And so he says, I want them the under my personal Anbu, and that will be my root. And Danzo nods to Naruto, saying they will be under you. Do you want me to transfer the seal to you? And Naruto says, yes, let's do it right now, actually. I'm pretty adept with seals. And so Danzo says, you just have to, I have to get a root member, and you just have to make your hand go in their tongue, and then transfer your chakra to it, and it'll affect all the root members because they're all connected with the seals. And so Naruto nodded, and he does it, man. He does it with Sai. And so after that, it's now they are now under Naruto's control, and like the clan heads look at Naruto in respect because now he has like 1,000 shinobi under his thumb. And so Naruto says, Danzo, how strong are your Anbu? Are they as strong as ours? And Danzo says, they're not as strong as the normal Anbu, but they're more skilled. And Naruto says, okay, I will train your Anbu, and you can still keep your seat on the Hokage Council. And Danzo says, thank you, Hokage-sama. And Danzo has a respect for Naruto. And so, well, now Naruto makes shadow clones, and he is now teaching the root Anbu more how to use a sword, a tanto, and more ninjutsu, like high ranking for like each one. And so now these root Anbu are gonna be Jonin level because they're like high tuning. And so all of them will be Jonin level because Naruto made like 1,000 clones. He can pop those like it's a medicine, man. And so he teaches some root Anbu, like all of them, stronger stuff. And so now Naruto says that the root will work in the shadows, and root will take over the village security system. And so now basically um the Akatsuki can't get in the village easily now. Like they can't do like they used to do. And so Naruto also put stronger barrier seals from the Uzumaki clan that they had, but they got killed. But yeah. And so strong barrier seals. And so Naruto now has made the village better, and so he started reconstruction, and it went really good for the 2 months because Tazuna and aid from the Spring Country has very helped out them. And so yeah. And so Naruto also made 50 shadow clones to do his paperwork. And so he he told Gaara that he became Hokage, and Gaara sent back, congratulations, Naruto Uzumaki. I shall be Kazekage in we can be fellow um, Kages, and let's that makes our alliance better and stuff. That's what I mean. But anyways, Naruto agreed, and so Gaara and Naruto made a stronger alliance, and so Naruto has also made shadow clones go to the Mountain Mayoboku to learn like Sage mode and stuff in like a better way. And so Naruto has like the coat he has on now, but with the fifth Hokage symbol on it. And so yeah, and so but without the orange and stuff. It's like Minato's attire, and so Naruto has also like shadow clones doing like seals, like dry as fire suppression seal, and all kinds of stuff. And so, well now, since Naruto has become Hokage, when the sound people attacked, because Sasuke's kind of jealous of Naruto. Like, let's be honest, the sound, and so Naruto cannot just go up and leave the village, like he usually can. He can't just go up and leave, because he has to learn he is Hokage, so he has to let people do their thing, and so since they don't have Rock Lee, Naruto asks Sand to come and find Sasuke with Naru with Shikamaru Nara. And instead, okay, so I think the clan heads don't leave the village because of their clan head status, and so Naruto ordered um Shikaku with his son Shikamaru to go, and so they have the Ino Shikacho there with um with I'ma say Neji and the rest, and so Curse Mark 2, then like it's basically 2v1, but this time Kanamaru is like with them in the beginning, and I'm gonna say Guren to make it equal, and so it becomes like a fight with Sasuke versus like I'm gonna say Kiba or somebody, and so they of course lose, and Sasuke runs off, but they're not dead, and so Sasuke says sorry Naruto, but I have to get stronger too, and leaves to the sound for Orochimaru, and Naruto hears of this, and he gets angry, slams his hand on the desk saying, Sasuke, you betrayed us. And so he says, we're still planning the attack on the sound in 1 year. I'm not taking that back just for one shinobi. And people nodded, and he says, Root, secure the borders. And then he says, I will go to the barrier team control center, and I will put up some new barriers and stronger seals that makes it that they won't get through. And so Naruto says, call in Danzo. And Danzo says, yes, Naruto. Uzumaki. And he says, I want you to train your I want to train I want you to have your root trained in barriers for the barrier team that I currently have for root, and I want you to train them with these seals, and make sure that nobody gets in Konoha. And Danzo nodded, saying yes, Naruto, and so he does that, and so I'ma say 1 year later, Naruto is about really strong with seals and his jutsu. And so now Naruto says, I'll make a blood clone and we're going to attack the sound. And so they're like, Naruto, how will you make less casualties and still take over sound? And Naruto says, I have a plan. And so he shows Shikaku that plan, and Shikaku says, that's what I was going to do. And Naruto says, yes, but it's better. There will be attacking from all spots. We will surround the Sound Village, and then it will be a zigzag pattern, cross, cross. And so we will keep attacking and attacking. And it's going to be at dawn when people are just waking up to take them down quick and fast. And so Naruto says, and it's going to start off with a boom. I will be Naruto will have like trees basically go through the like sound and like rips hit like stuff like rip like use the big pollen jutsu, and they will all have on like masks that they do haven't like aim. And so the Naruto says you guys will all put on masks, and this is mostly like this is like 200 root, 100 Ambu, and 300 tuning, and that's it. Naruto does not want his friends going, and so Naruto says, "Let's go." And so they head off, and so they get ready. They get in their spots with Narushikaku in one platoon, and other clan heads and others. And so Naruto says, watch for me to go. And Naruto goes through 20 hand seals. And then it's this big tree that pops up in the middle of sound. And then pollen. And so when people are first waking up, walking out, they're dying. They're dying. And then people are screaming, help! Help! And so then the people start attacking and killing Shinobi. It's like the Uchiha massacre, man. It's quick and precise, and the Root are used to like killing people quick, and so the Root are just picking people off, and the Anbu are doing as good too, and Naruto is destroying Shinobi because they're not as good as a Cage, and so then Naruto is now using, and so now like fire users are now using like big fireball techniques that Root are using them, and so they're basically blowing up bases of Orochimaru, bases on bases on bases, and so then Naruto says, "Okay, this is the main base. I got this." And so then Naruto does use the minerals in the air. It says water style, water shockwave jutsu, and so when he floods Orochimaru's base. And so Orochimaru noticed that basically his village is on fire, and he's like, who attacked? And how did I not get notice of this? And so then he runs out and then sees Naruto Uzumaki. And so he says, Naruto Uzumaki, you have attacked my village.